Hello, Skye Taylor. Today we're going to talk about abstracts and being spiritually connected. Abstracts are not easy to paint. They're not. They're very difficult to paint because you're painting from something you don't see. You know, if you paint a tree or a mountain, it's something you can see and you can paint. But abstracts come from within. They come from your spirit. You have to be spiritually connected. You have to paint something you don't know. And that is emotions and feelings. And the only way to really paint them is when you start painting them, whatever happens, happens. And hopefully you're connected and your painting will come out great. Now, I've had on occasion where, well, let me tell you one occasion where this guy came up to me and he says, abstracts are crazy. He says, my 3-year-old child can paint them. And that kind of aggravated me. Okay, maybe his 3-year-old child is a prodigy because children, 3 years old, are still closer to spirit than you and I. You know, we have to look at it that way. We go through our lives. We were once closer to spirit, but as our life goes on, and we have bills to pay and deadlines to meet, and we've got these computers, constantly bombarding us with information, we become very jaded and we lose connection. And then you try to paint and you're not connected. And it takes time to develop that connection. You have to have that antenna go up, receive, in order to express yourself correctly. Children don't have that problem because they don't have all the problems that as an adult we have. So they're more spiritually connected. But anyways, this guy came up and says, yeah, my 3-year-old daughter can paint abstract. He says, anybody can do it. I said, oh, really? I said, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I said, I got a paintbrush, canvas, and some paints out in the car. If your daughter can do it, then surely you must be able to do it. After all, girls take after their fathers, so she probably took after you, and man, you got to be great. I want to see you paint an abstract. And he doesn't know what to say. He puts his head down, it shuts him up. Abstracts are not easy to paint. They aren't. They take time. But it's something you have to want to do. It's got to come from your heart and within. If you really want to do it, you're going to do it. You're going to find that connection. You know, it just doesn't happen overnight sometimes. Some people, yes, it does. I've seen artists that had never painted before and they get everything. It's just like right out of the gate. They understand the composition, the colors. They start out at a really high level, and then there's other artists that start out at the very, very bottom, and it takes time for them to develop. You know, everybody is different. I can remember my sister-in-law back years and years and years ago. She could not draw. She was just a very mediocre drawer, just very mediocre. And then years and years later, she whips out these pictures she just drew of her parents, and they were in black and white and pencil, and it was phenomenal. I mean, it was like a photograph, you could touch them. She was not connected in her younger life, but as an adult, she found the connection. And her work was incredible. It was incredible. So you never know where you're going to find your inspiration, what level in life. Some people it comes later, some people younger. We all have it. We just have to tune ourselves to receive it. And being spiritually connected, when you're painting abstracts, you have to be open to it. You can't have negatives. I went to see an artist paint one time, and after he was done painting, he left his spot where he was painting, and I happened to be standing in close to his spot, and I was talking to another artist. He came up, he grabs it, you gotta get out of here, you gotta get out of my spot. I said, well, what? He says, you're gonna wreck it, you gotta be talking about art in here. You're going to wreck my karma. You know, you got to get out of here. This is my sacred spot. I said, but we were talking about art. And he looked at me. But basically, I got the idea, okay, I'm leaving. That was his spot. It's where he felt connection. And any negativism that was brought in there, he felt that that would wreck his flow. That's how he felt. You know, I'm not going to argue with him. You know, I understand about having your special spot to paint. You know, that's the way it is. You might hear traffic going back and forth. This is during the day. And usually I film at night when everything is quiet, but it is what it is. We're just talking, and this is what it is. So abstracts are being connected. You have to be connected and be open to it. You can't have negativism. Negativism does not work. You lose your in touch with what you're doing.